How do you like to go up in a swing, up in the air so blue? Oh, I just think it's the pleasantest thing ever a child can do. Up in the air and over the wall, till I can see so wide. River and trees and cattle and all over the countryside.
Am I a soldier of the cross, a follower of the Lamb? And shall I fear to own his cause, or blush to speak his name? Must I be carried to the skies on flowery beds of ease, while others fought to win the prize and sailed through bloody seas?
There are little eyes upon you, and they're watching night and day. There are little ears that quickly take in every word you say. There are little hands, all eager to do anything you do, and a little boy who's dreaming of the day he'll be like you.
A lion was dozing in the noonday sun, when a mouse came running as a mouse will run. He ran over a lion, who awoke with a roar.
Who's treating my back like the jungle floor?
He grabbed the poor mouse by his poor little tail.
Oh, please, Mr. Lion, I swear without failure, if you'll please just release me, I promise someday that will be one that I'll gladly repay.
The rum-tum tugger is a curious cat. If you offer him pheasant, he would rather have grouse. If you put him in a house, he would much prefer a flat. If you put him in a flat, then he'd rather have a house. If you set him on a mouse, then he only wants a rat. If you set him on a rat, then he'd rather chase a mouse.
The armaments which thunder strike the walls of rock-built cities, bidding nations quake, and monarchs tremble in their capitals. The oak leviathans whose huge ribs make their play created a vain title take of Lord of Thee and Arbiter of War. These are thy toys, and as the snowy flake they melt into thy yeast of waves, which mar alike the Armada's pride or spoils of Trafalgar.
I sometimes dig for buttered rolls or set lime twigs for crabs. I sometimes search the grassy knolls for wheels of handsome cabs. And that's the way he gave a wink, by which I get my wealth. And very gladly will I drink your honor's noble health. I heard him then, for I just completed my design, to keep the men I rich from must by boiling it in wine. I thanked him much for telling me the way he got his wealth, but chiefly for his wish that he might drink my noble health. And now, if e'er by chance I put my fingers into glue, or madly squeeze a right-hand foot into a left-hand shoe, or if I drop upon my toe a very heavy weight, I weep.
Tuck took the papers, the old man did, a-watching for Jim, fully believing he'd make his mark some way, just wrapped up in him. And many a time word had come, had stirred him up like the tap of a drum. At Petersburg, for instance, where Jim rid riding to their cannons there, and took 'em and pointed 'em the other way, and socked it home for the boys in gray. As they scooted for timber and on, Jim a lieutenant, and one arm gone.
Am I a coward? Who calls me villain, breaks my painted cross, plucks off my beard and blows it in my face, tweaks me by the nose, gives me the lie in the throat, as deep as to the lungs? Who does me this? Ha! Swoons, I should take it.
At last, Bishop Haddo appointed a day to quiet the poor without delay. He bade them to his great barn repair, and they should have food for the winter there. Rejoice, such tidings good to hear. The poor folk flocked from far and near. The great barn was full as it could hold of women and children and young and old. When he saw that it could hold no more, Bishop Haddo, he made fast the door. And while for mercy on Christ they call, he set fire to the barn and burnt them all.
when, though my pockets lacked a coin, and though my coat was old, the largesse of the stars was mine, and all the sunset gold. When time was only made for fools, and free as air was I, and hard I hit, and hard I lived beneath the open sky. When all the roads were one to me, and each had its allure, ye gods, these were the happy days, the days when I was poor. Do I want to remember the creation of hell? The shouts of the raiders enjoying the hunt, cries of the wounded begging for life, faces of mothers carved with pain, hiding children dripping with fear. No, I don't want to remember, but how can I forget?